Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Angela Yee, and you are listening to me on the channel called Wifey. I'm glad that you are here. Today, we're going to talk about how to magnetize abundance so that you can go from rags to riches. Everything in this reality is all about your mindset and how you see yourself. And on this channel, that's what we do. We talk about you, we remind you about yourself and about who you are, because I think that's vitally important that you know who you are in this reality. We have a lot of people in this reality that are going through this life vicariously, not knowing who they are and what they are, which also depletes them from being able to go far in this reality, because you will only go far in this reality when you know who and what you are. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I hope that you all are having a good day. I hope today has been phenomenal. And I know we've just getting started with the morning, but I hope this morning has been treating you well already. Okay. And so if you are liking the video, even before we get started, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and like it, or either give me some hearts as we're talking along, as we're going along. And that way we can keep um, it in the algorithm so more and more people can hear about the channel. So I'm just going to talk with you. It's going to be really brief today about some steps that you can take in order to magnetize your life so that you can go from rags to riches. I want you to keep in mind that everything energetically is an energy. Everything in this world, in this reality that you see, is an energy, including you, including me, including wherever you are located. If you're sitting watching me from a sofa, from the comfort of your car, all of it is an energy, and all of it is something that you've brought here into this reality based off the energetic vibrational frequency that you are in align with. And so the first thing that I want to inspire you to do is to radically shift your identity. On this channel, I always want to cause you to remember who you are. Remember, to remind you of who you are. In the beginning, we know that in the very beginning, um, before there was what we see now, there was you in the very beginning, and you had some things that were spoken to you by God, source. That means that you had an existence somewhere. In the beginning, you were there before you entered into your mother's womb. And at that place, there were some things that were spoken into your life, and you existed and you had an identity. But somewhere along your journey here in transit, some things got lost, some things got mixed up. You got confused about who you are and what you are. And I want to remind you about this being, this person, this powerful, energetic, vibrant, enthusiastic, optimistic, creative being that you are. And I want to challenge you today to stop identifying with the version of you who is broke. That is a version of you that is broke. That is not the real you. The real you is not broke. And I want you to stop identifying with the version of you who is overlooked. It seemed like the narrative has been portrayed that everybody is successful, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, they're receiving money and breakthrough is happening for them. Why isn't that happening for me? And so you get this identity about yourself that you are overlooked, or that you're stuck in survival. There's always a hustle and bustle. I gotta always, try to come up with ways and creativity, excuse me, to survive and to come out of the rut that I am in. You're not overlooked, and you're not stuck. You're not a tree that's affixed to a set outcome or situation. You are an energetic being that's freely flowing throughout this world. And I want you to know that you cannot attract wealth while seeing yourself as broke, overlooked, and stuck, or poor. If you think that you're poor and you see yourself as one that is poor, wealth will be repelled from you. You're going to have to visualize a version of you already living in the flow, already living in the flow of prosperity, in the flow of abundance, in the flow of good health, in the flow of the life that you desired and dreamt about living for yourself. Number two, I want you to understand that money is energy. Money is energy. No matter if it's a penny or if you have $50 million, all of it is the same energy. And all of it, no matter the quantity amount, is attracted and magnetized to your life the exact same way. There are no other bigger skills that you need to magnetize 50,000 and one penny. It's the same energy, it's the same process. And wealth is not about chasing paper. We're not chasing dollars. It's about resonance. You attract what you're in vibrational harmony with. Everything again is energy, and you got to match the frequency of the reality that you want. One way you can do this is by raising your frequency, and you start with gratitude. Just be grateful, because the moment that you are grateful, you give a sign into the cosmos, into the universe, that, hey, I'm grateful down here. Give me more things to be grateful for. And you'll start finding that things will be magically set on your pace or set on your journey that you can be grateful for. You'll find that doors start to open for you, connections start to open for you, contracts start to come in the mail. You'll start getting phone calls of people saying, hey, I've heard about your services and I want to hire you to be my contractor for my entire corporation. You'll find that people will want to just pour blessings and financial things and just want to be around you, because gratitude is like a magnet. It attracts things. But when you start to complain and when you become ungrateful, you're going to repel things away from you. So everything in this reality, what I have started doing, and I've been doing it for a while, is that I look at things from a different perspective. Remember, we can walk in this world upside down. Upside down. So when something happens in your reality, the first thing you do is complain. The first thing you do is grumble. And the moment you complain, that is your sure tell sign that you are walking upside down. And complaining is really, you're telling the universe, hey, I'm not responsible for anything that has taken place in my life. I don't want to hold myself accountable. I don't want the responsibility of even changing what's happening in my life. Give that to somebody else. Let somebody else do it. When we know that you have been given the power to create wealth, to change your situation, you came into this world with everything that you need in order to live the life that you dream and have a life that is sustained by your own creativity, by your own ability to create wealth. You came here with that. You came here lacking absolutely nothing. And I think that that is phenomenal. When you realize that I came here with the goods, however, you may have lost the ideal or you may have lost a thought about that in transit, but nevertheless, we remember that I came here with everything. Okay. The next thing you can raise your frequency with is with clarity. You're clear on what it is that you want. You have to make a clear, concise decision on what it is that you want to have in this experience, because all of this world, this reality is nothing but an experience. And you call into your experience what you want, and what you don't want, you also repel from your experience. And have a clear understanding of your purpose. Your purpose is the reason why you exist, why you are here. What is the reason that you are here in this world? When you understand that, that will raise your frequency and it will cause you to stand out in a crowd of hundreds and thousands of people. because your purpose is what's going to bring you before the open doors. Your purpose is what's going to cause people to make that phone call to you and even write those checks to you. Your purpose is the reason why you are in this existence, and that is to fulfill the mandate that is on your life. Okay? I challenge you to start spending time in spaces, even in mental spaces, that reflect the abundant lifestyle you desire. It does you no good to desire to live in a particular neighborhood, whatever neighborhood that is for you, or you want to drive a particular type of car, and you never actually go to the car lot to experience how that car feels, to connect with that energy, to align yourself with the frequency of that vehicle or that house or that particular lifestyle. Create the mental space for it. Instead of using your mind to worry, to complain, to grumble, use your mind, which is your mind is the most expensive piece of real estate that you have. Use your mind to create spaces that reflect the abundant lifestyle you desire. You desire some things here. You don't have to apologize for anyone for desiring the things that you desire. Your desires are connected to your heart posture. It's what's going to magnetize those desires to you. Okay. Number three, hope you all are enjoying this. Number three, heal the scarcity wounds. Okay. All right. Heal your scarcity wounds. If you are enjoying this, give me some hearts on the video. Thank you all for tuning in. I see you there. So, heal the scarcity wounds. You cannot receive riches with a heart full of guilt. If you are guilty for having money, I've heard people say, I'm trying to tread lightly because I try hard not to offend anyone. Again, I'm not a conformist. I am a contrarian. I know some of the things I say go contrary to the popular belief, and I am okay with that. A lot of things that I say are like that, but we've been programmed and conditioned to feel guilty for wanting to be rich. People would tell you, oh, you got money, or you driving this. God don't want you to be rich like that, and all these people are poor and they're struggling, and they try to put this guilt on you for being rich and having wealth. That is a condition. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having riches. Riches want you. You can't receive riches if also you have fear. You have a fear of being successful. You have a fear of attracting money. Or if you feel like you're unworthy. I really don't feel like I'm worthy to have this, give it to somebody else. You've humbled yourself so much to where now it has brought in low self-esteem. You don't know that you were worthy before you even came into this atmosphere. You are worthy just for the simple fact you exist. That is what make you worthy. Not because of you working hard trying to earn something and the hustle. You are worthy just because of who you are, because you have an energy, because you are a divine energetic being, or divine masculine energy, or divine feminine energy. That makes you worthy. Doesn't matter your family that you were born in. You may not have come from wealth, but that doesn't mean that wealth cannot come from you. You are the one who can change the narrative in your family. So if all of your family members did not go to school, they did not graduate from college, you would be the first one. That is riches. Riches is not just money. Riches is opportunities and events and other things that come into your life. There are people in my family that have not done things that I've done. I have broken generational curses in my family. I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because I have created a dynasty and established a legacy from my children and my children's children's children. It's all about a dynasty, creating the dynasty for not just you to eat on and that's it, but your dynasty should outlast you generations and generations and generations, because you don't want your children to go through the same things you've gone through in this life. A good daddy, a good mother don't want their children to struggle. It breaks your heart when you see your children going through things in life and you want to see, how can I make their life better? And if we are like that as earthly parents, the God that we say that we serve, when he looks at us, he sees that we are worthy to get, not based off our merits, not based off of whether or not we were obedient to every commandment in a book, or we followed everything to a T. We gave tithe here, we did this, we did that. No, you are worthy just because. Type that in the comment. I am worthy to receive riches just because. Many of you carry ancestral poverty and the ancestral scarcity mindset, because your mother and your mother's mother, they all struggle. And so therefore you feel like, I got to struggle. And then you inflict that same program into your children. And it becomes an ancestral curse that transfers from generation to generation. Because you struggle and your grandmother and your mother struggle, all these people struggle. That doesn't mean that you and your children have to struggle. So you carry the ancestral programs, you carry religious programs, and you carry childhood programs. Religion is a program. Think about the word religion. Re means to do again. Legions means to bind. Religion means to bind again, to bind the mind again. And your mind has been programmed that you are not enough or that money is bad. That's why they have certain things they tell you. The love of money is the root to all evil. So they program you to believe that money is bad. And if you have it, that's the root of all evil. Evil's getting ready to come. Evil started when you get money. The love of money is the root to it. And we know that everything starts from a root. So because you love money, that is the root of evil. It is a program, people. And I want you to ask yourself as you're listening to me, and just think about this. What stories did I inherit about money? What are those stories? Because all of us have inherited stories that we got to go into our subconscious mind and rewrite the program. What stories did you inherit about money? What are those stories? And then I want you to replace those stories with divine truth. What is divine truth? I was born to prosper. That's divine truth. I was born to prosper. I was born rich. That is divine truth. I was born rich, and abundance is my birthright. That is divine truth. Truth is, you were never broke. It was a mindset. Everything is a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. Scarcity is a mindset. Riches is a mindset. Abundance is a mindset. And you can go from rags to riches by changing the mindset. And when you change your mindset about you and you reconnect with yourself, that will magnetize. You become this magnet to where things should start coming in your direction. You wake up and all of a sudden, bing, 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 you hear something going off on your phone. More money's coming in. People are buying your products. People are asking you to come. You got another contract. You're signing contracts. Some of you are going to be signing some contracts because you understand the law of magnetism. Everything is magnetized to you based off of what's resonant within you. You only can attract what you are. And but if you think that you are poor, you got to struggle, you're busted, broke, busted, and disgusted, then that's what you're going to keep attracting. And that is a thing that constantly shows up in your reality. Okay. Number 4, act as if you already have it. Now, this is not make believe. We're not pretending. This is about embodying your future self right now. I'm embodying it. So I'm going to act like I already have what I want. And what does that look like? That means like I'm going to dress like I'm rich. I'm going to walk like I'm rich. I'm going to speak like I'm rich and choose the things that I want to choose in this reality like a woman that's wealthy, like I'm aligned with this version of myself. Because everything is magnetized based off of the law of resonance. Something that you can practice every day is speak your desires out loud, like they're in the present tense, not in the past, not in the future, saying, well, I'm going to be rich one day. No, I am rich now. What's going to happen to me in 4 days? In 4 days, I see myself getting this. No, I got this right now, right now. And sit in silence and feel the riches in your breath and in your body and in your beingness. Okay. Sit in silence and feel it. You got to connect the feeling to what you want. Okay. And number 5, this is one thing that I know we may all struggle in, but I'm going to say this one. Bless others who have what you want. If you know someone is living the life that you want, you need to sow into that person. You need to be giving your time, your talent, your currency, your money into that person. Why should you be doing this? Because it's going to stop you from being jealous. Most people don't give to other people, they don't bless other people because of jealousy. Jealousy repels, gratitude attracts blessings. And blessings attract more blessings. You got to bless the rich. You got to give up to where you want to be. I sit with people who are higher than me, whether they're hiring me as far as the connections that they have, the information that they have, the money that they have. I'm talking about finances and the wealth that they have and the riches that they have. Sit with people who are doing better than you because number one, the conversations are absolutely totally different. They're not talking about who's fighting who don't like who and this brother is broke over here because nobody's broke in the circle. And if someone is in need of something, we're giving it out to each other. Find you a circle of people that understand and that have compassion for where you are and where you're going and that don't mind giving, not because they know that you're struggling, but because I see something here on this person and I'm going to give into that. I'm going to bless the rich. I'm going to bless luxury. I'm going to bless abundance. Wherever you see it, give. Bless those who have what you want. This is how you start to magnetize. This is how you go from rags to riches. I know this woman, and this is a true story. I know this lady. She takes money out of her bank account. I don't know the exact amount of money, but I've been with her and she told me she set aside money to do specific things with it every single day. Every day. This lady, and it ain't just money, she take other things out too, other materials that she has, but every day she finds someone to give something to. Every single day. If you holding on to what you have like this, then nothing else can come in. It's kind of hard to get something else in there when you're holding on. Your fist is so tight. You don't want to get anything else in there. Nothing else can come in because your fist is so tight. I'm holding, and that comes from scarcity because you're afraid if I release and let go, then I'm not going to get any more. I was talking with someone the other day, and we both were on the same mindset that he gives, he shares, he spends his money because he know more is coming in. Money has to be circulated. Money looks to be circulated and cycled back around. You have to give out in order for it to come back. You have to pour, you have to sow. And you have to stop judging other people when they have arrived at a place that you are not. And you don't see yourself there. That's why you haven't arrived there. The moment you start rejecting other people, first of all, you're not really rejecting them, you're rejecting you. That rejection is causing you to, if you are wise enough to do self reflection and see where you need to come up and evolve in your journey. But when you start to judge, you automatically reject blessings. You reject blessings from coming to you. That's why I don't judge nobody. I don't care what you're doing. I'm happy for you. I celebrate you. You got it. I'm clapping. And sometimes, this thought just came to me. Sometimes you got to be careful with what you share with certain people because they'll start judging you for where you are. You got to learn to keep this mouth closed. There were times that I've gotten things and I didn't come around certain people because I knew they were going to judge. It was going to cause them to feel a certain type of way about their life. So I withheld. I'm the type of person, if I see something great has happened in your life, I'm going to celebrate that. And even if I get something great, I will withhold coming around you so that you can continue on your celebration. You can keep celebrating your success. I don't want to interfere with that. I want you to stay in that energy, stay in that flow. We got to change how we see people. We got to change this narrative. We got to change the program. We got to stop allowing the subconscious mind to run the show. We got to stop this narrative, this program, this ancestral childhood programs that we have been subjugated to, and the religious programs. Religion has stunted the mind, the growth of people, so many people. It has done so much damage. And when you start revealing the truth, people get cognitive dissonance. They don't believe it even when you show them that this is what it is saying. But cognitive dissonance is so strong, they don't believe that what you're telling them is right there. You can go get proof after proof after proof and show them that this is the way. But because they're so stuck and set on a set outcome, and because this has been what their grandmother and their great grandmother have done for years, and this is what we've been taught. So therefore, no matter what you bring to them that's new, they're going to reject it because it doesn't comply. It doesn't align up with the narrative. So we're not going to be judging people because judging only hurts you. It doesn't hurt the other individual. Judging will always cause your blessings to be rejected. Your blessings is like saying, hey, I'm not going to come in your direction. Because remember, everything is energy. So when you judge, you put out that energy. And that stops the blessings from coming in your direction. You know how many times I've seen something and I could have taken on judgment? You know how many times people have seen things about me and they've judged without even knowing who I am? You know how many times you're going to get an opportunity to celebrate people just as much as you get the same amount of time to judge? Why not celebrate? Why not congratulate? Okay. Number 6, I believe it is. You're going to have to start taking action. I didn't say hustle because that's something totally different. We're not hustling for anything. The day of the hustle is over. Type that in the comment. The day of the hustle is over because you are not earning riches. You are not earning a paycheck. Your boss is not paying you what you are worth. They are paying you what you have agreed upon. But no one can determine your worth but you. No one pays you but you. You're the only one who determines your net worth. Nobody else does. And you hang around other people that have similar net worth to as you. Your riches are not earned. Type that in the comment. My riches are not earned. They are received through alignment. All I have to do is align with them. But you must move. When divine nudges come, you got to act upon them. I remember I had an idea. This was some years back. And I think I posted this on Facebook quite a while. This was a long time ago. And the thought came to me that when you don't act on divine nudges, you best believe you're not the only one who got that nudge because we live in collective consciousness. You're not the only one who heard and got the nudge about a particular thing. But when you don't act on it, someone else will move out on that thing and they will become successful. Stop procrastinating. Get to moving. Act out on what you are feeling and perceiving energetically that you are supposed to be stepping out and acting and moving out on. It's not a time of procrastination. If you hear it, you need to move. If you get the nudge, you need to act upon it. And if you don't know, ask yourself a question. What would the abundant version of me do? What would I do? What would I do right now today? If I had a nudge about something that was happening, what would the abundant version of myself do? Because the abundant version of you acts totally different than the one who's afraid to step out because you got this fear of being seen. You have all of these doubts that come in your mind. Who's going to accept me? People are not going to like me. People are going to talk about me. They talked about Moses. If we can use a scripture, they talked about Michael Jordan. They talked about Oprah. They talked about some of the well-known famous people. But look at them. They are doing what they are doing. They're fulfilling their purpose and they are very successful. If you stop at what people are saying about you, you will never ever achieve what you want in this reality. You got to connect back here. Drop down and you can manifest the life of your dreams. Not connecting with what people are saying. Stop coming into alignment with the conversations that people are having behind your back. They are behind your back for a reason. Let them stay there. I don't care about what anybody is saying about me. Good, keep talking. Because in a few days, you'll have other things that you could talk about me about. Give people something else to talk about you. Give them something. Show up. Make your presence known. Make your voice count. Show up and give them something to gossip about. You are the hottest topic that's on their radar. Stay that way. This is how you change the narrative versus cowering down, allowing what people are thinking and saying to stop you from moving forward. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of the manifestations, just some mantras that I say. And remember now, when I do mantras and when I do affirmation therapy, I do affirmation therapy with my clients. Um, I don't do them so that they can manifest anything. I do that so they can rewrite the subconscious program and change the narrative of their reality. A lot of the clients that I have come from backgrounds where no one has never affirmed them. They've never been told that they were going to do anything. They don't understand who they are. Okay. So You can come back and listen to the video on this. Just a simple mantra that you can utilize every single day, or you can put it in the chat box. Let me see who is chimed in here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, you are worthy. Yes, you are worthy just because, not because you've done anything. You don't have to earn this. You woke up worthy. Just because you exist in this reality makes you worthy. Because Source said that you're worthy. God says that you are worthy. And because when you got that approval from cosmic consciousness, from Source, the creator of it all, it doesn't matter if man deems you as unfit. I'm going to give an example about Moses. Moses in the Bible, everybody knows this story. Moses said, "Oh God, I stutter." And I'm paraphrasing it. I cannot even speak good. I got this problem with my tongue. I don't have oratorical finesse. I said, "Look, I called you, Moses. I want you to go tell my people. Go tell Pharaoh that I said, let my people go. Stutter and all, Moses. Go on up there. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go." And he said, "Well, who should I say that sent me? I am my highest evolved self, my highest evolved self, God. I am the God that lives in me. Tell them that I sent you." So when the seal of the divine is on you, it doesn't matter what nobody else says. It just matter what you think about you. So he had to be reminded of who he was. So let's do this manifestation mantra, okay? I am the vibration of abundance, and everything I touch turns to gold. Here's one of my favorite little things: I don't chase, I attract. I don't pursue, I align. I am magnetic. I am majestic and made for overflow. I'm going to say it again just in case you missed it. This is a manifestation mantra that you can use, okay? I am the vibration of abundance, and everything I touch turns to gold. I don't chase, I attract. I don't pursue, I align. I am magnetic. I am majestic and made for overflow. You are made for overflow. Whoever you are listening to me, you are made for overflow. You are made to come from rags to rituals. I'm sorry, rags to riches. You are made to come from rags to riches. Now, inside of Wifey, the Esoteric University, I have put up a rags to riches ritual that you can go and you'll be able to access that. I've created it. I'm going to be uploading it into the community very shortly. And you can access the community by clicking on the link that's in the description. You have to answer the 3 questions that are there. Not hard questions at all, but we just want to be able to make sure that you are a good fit to be a part of this community. This is a sacred community of spiritual beings like you, like myself, who are learning and discovering and becoming more and more aware of who they are. They're remembering. We are remembering who we are. We're remembering what we are. Okay. What we are goes deeper than just the physical aesthetics. What we are connects us to the spiritual aspect of who we are as a divine, energetic being here. Okay. So if you want to be a part of that community, I would love to have you there. We also uploaded the Zen meditation that we did the other day. And that meditation was absolutely phenomenal. I will be doing another one because it was just really, really good. Okay. And we're going to be hosting that. And I've already been doing it monthly, each month, anyways. But if you want to be a part, you have to join the group, my community, in order to get information about that. So I just want to remind you that you are a divine one, and that if you've ever felt stuck, broke, busted, or forgotten, this thing that I talked about today, this video, is your turning point. You're going to be going because I shared with you and I revealed to you the spiritual technology that you can use right now to go from rags to riches and magnetize abundance into your life. I hope that it was a blessing to you. Until next time, I'll be seeing you all later. Have a good day. Bye.